Agrotiz, automated analysis of thermogram using bot for health determination of cattle's. Abstract: farmers perceive cattle diseases as one of the challenges in dairy farming. There is a difficulty in cognizing and monitoring of ailments in herds of livestock cattle such as hoof lesion and mastitis. Solution to the above problem is a thermogram on wheels. An autonomous bot which takes routine thermogram of different parts of cows focusing their hoofs and udder, analyzing those images for predicting the earlier signs of diseases and notifying the farmer about the result. It uses a reference line for navigation throughout the farm. An optical camera is for detecting cows and focusing different parts of the cow, and a thermal camera is used to take thermogram of the parts. This image is then sent directly to central computing unit via Wi-Fi network for processing. Disease is predicted based on the temperature difference. Keywords: Raspberry Pi, image processing, infrared, thermography. Introduction. A healthy diet represents a healthy nation. Milk, which contains calcium and several other nutrients, constitutes complete food in our daily diet. The demand for dairy products is increasing day by day. In India's socio-economic development, the dairy sector plays a very important role. Dairy industry provides livelihood to millions of homes and villages, ensuring supply of quality milk and milk products to people in both urban and rural areas. Hence is an important segment in rural economy. Providers of dairy and dairy products should be taken care of. Among the infectious diseases of dairy animals, mastitis is the main cause of economic losses in farmers. Mastitis etiological agents are usually bacteria, fungi, and algae. In many cases the etiologic agent can escape of the immune system and multiply, resulting in mastitis. Several non-specific antimicrobial factors are found in the mammary gland, such as lactoperoxidase, thiocyanate hydrogen peroxide, lysozyme, lactoferrin, and complement system. Adaptive or acquired immunity can lead to an immediate response and repetitive exposure to the same microorganism. Two types of adaptive responses are described: humoral and cellular immunities. This proposal is a non-invasive technique that uses an infrared camera that measures the emitted infrared radiation from an object and then uses this information to create images, thermograms. These thermograms are evaluated by a specially analyzing software program. Two proposed system. Agrotiz is an autonomous robot that navigates inside a dairy farm and it monitors each and every cattle inside the farm. It navigates inside the farm with reference lines as guidance. It's equipped with an optical and thermal camera to monitor the cows. The main body consists of motor drivers, batteries, and RFID receiver. Chassis is made of aluminium-based frame which holds all the components of the bot. It acts as the frame for holding components of the bot: sensors, processor, wheels. All are attached to the metal framework. Metaframe provide good rigidity and strength to the bot so that it can be used in any extreme condition of a farm. Main body also constitutes of the control unit which controls every actions of the bot. The sensors unit are used to navigate and avoid any obstacles in the way. Control unit is the heart of the whole body. Raspberry Pi 4 is used as the main processor. It controls the movement of the bot and controls the camera and helps in detecting each parts of the cow to take the thermogram. The thermogram is sent to computing unit via Wi-Fi. Raspberry Pi is powerful processor which controls every actions of the bot. It controls the movement and navigation of the bot. It also controls the camera unit which helps to scan the QR code and also take the thermogram of each cattle in the farm. It's powered by a battery pack which powers the whole unit which is also chargeable. Thermal camera is used to take the thermogram of each parts of the cow. Thermal camera uses infrared light to calculate the temperature of the cattle. Thermal images are outputted as a spectrum of colors of the image to identify visually different temperature of the subject. A thermal image gives data which can be processed to find the temperature of a subject. Optical camera is used as a scanner to scan the QR code attached beside every cow's shed so as to identify the details of the cow scanned. It works like taking a picture of QR code and decoding the data stored in the QR code using image processing and sends that data with the thermal image to the server. An array of ultrasonic sensors is used as the obstacle detection sensor. This is used to provide a clean path for the bot. It helps to navigate in rough condition in the dairy farm. It's obvious that during navigation the bot will encounter obstacles in its path. So to navigate around the obstacle it's necessary to detect before collision. Ultrasound sensor does this job of detection of obstacle in the track and also prevents an obstacle from above, for example like stampede from cows in the farm. So these sensor prevents these from happening. It also consists of IR sensor array, Wi-Fi unit, QR code, and computing unit. 3 system design. The first phase of the project is the bot. The whole bot is designed with Raspberry Pi as its core, controlling each and every part of the bot. The Raspberry Pi is powered by a 1-2V LiPo battery. The input voltage for the Raspberry Pi is achieved with a 5V buck converter between the battery and the Pi. The Pi runs with Raspbian OS as its operating system. The programming of the board is done by Python programming language. Every peripheral is connected to its GPIO pins. The images of the cattle is taken by a thermal camera mounted on top of the bot. The thermal camera is connected to the USB port of the Pi, which gives the thermogram data to the Pi to be transferred via Wi-Fi. A Pi camera is also mounted adjacent to the thermal camera to scan the QR code in each stalls of the cattle shed to identify the cattle to be scanned. Pi cam is connected to the CSI camera port. Other peripherals like the infrared sensor array for navigation, ultrasound sensor for obstacle detection is connected to the GPIO pins of the Pi. IR sensor detects the track laid onto the floor of the farm to navigate around the farm for the bot to navigate. The ultrasound sensor mounted on top of it is used to protect the bot from stampede or any obstacles in its path. The 2 motors are powered through 10A motor driver which is controlled from the GPIO pins of the Pi and it is powered directly from the 1-2V battery. Second phase of the project is the processing of the thermal images in the server. Here a desktop is used as the server for the bot. Python code using OpenCV library is used for the processing of the thermal image and interface made using Django framework for displaying the output from the after the processing. When the bot takes the thermal image it is directly sent to the server with all the details of the cow. Inside the server Python code runs which processes the image to identify any abnormal temperature in the image. OpenCV library is used to detect the temperature from the thermal image. The output of the program is displayed in an interface where the user can see the details of the output of each cow. Python code maps each and every pixels of the thermal image and detects each colors and maps to respective temperature corresponding to each color range. OpenCV library is used for the image processing. After the mapping, when the user sets the threshold temperature the code maps that specific temperature in the thermal image and marks it so that the user can understand the abnormality in the specific part of the cow. For experimental results by running the Python code by giving a thermal image as input the code could successfully detect the hot spots or the above threshold regions in the thermal image. Software successfully detected the above threshold temperature given to it. Thus the thermal image was analyzed and a visual result is presented to the user to identify any abnormalities in their cattles. Depending on the location of the hotspot primary evaluation of the disease can be determined. Conclusion: dairy farms and cattle livestock are really important part of a growing economic nation. It's equally important to meet the huge rising demand of dairy products. Livestock cattle are an integral part of the growing healthy nation. It's important to take care of the livestock and protect them from diseases and keep them healthy so that they can produce healthy milk and other products. This project deals with the monitoring of health of cows in a dairy farm.